Hi, everybody. Welcome to the JohnMendolaShow.com. You can feel the energy here from Scranton Memorial as the West Scranton Invaders host the North Pocono Trojans. Trojans coming off a big win against Delaware Valley, but yet West Scranton, an emotional win to get that bell against the Scranton Knights. So two teams going to have to try to steady the emotions tonight. Let's see what happens in this week's matchup of the week, the Invaders and the Trojans. North Pocono band, let's strike it up as the Trojans are in town to try to take care of West Side Story. The King and Queen making their way onto the fields. It was a gorgeous night for football, and so were these Invaders. Ready to go. Tamon Brown, the senior, saying, I got a little bit of ball game, little handoff action. And Tamon Brown switches the ball to the outside, and he is down the sidelines with the long white socks, and he goes yard. As Tamon Brown takes that thing to the house, and the Invaders are up a score. Back comes North Pocono. Donnie Blaine out in the flat looking for his buddy. He's got him, and that's a connection for the North Pocono Trojans. Moving along, it's Blaine to the end zone, but Baba Novak on the coverage breaks that up. Matt Craig on that right-hand side gets a block from Tyler Musgrave, and Craig gets some decent yardage. And then Blaine on a fourth down, rolling to his right. A little bit of heat there, and just overthrows Matt Froelich in the end zone. That drive would do a halt. Who goes there? Tamon Brown. Exit stage right. And Tamon Brown looking like deja vu. And even the official can't keep up with this guy. Tamon Brown, track and field, 13-0 honey. Blaine out in the flat to Tyler Musgrave. Trying to go low on him. He's ready cruising. And North Pocono would end up putting in a score after that drive. And then it's Tamon Brown looking for a little more. Musgrave, Dial, and crew coming up with a fumble, and the North Pocono Trojans would take over. Back comes North Pocono on offense. Blaine looking, who's he got? This time it's Froelich with a little pop pass, and Froelich over the middle. It's a connection. Then Blaine in the flat hooks up with Dan Walsh, and that's close to the 2-yard line, which sets up our buddy Matt Craig for the touch me down, runs over his own guy and Dial, but he scores. And North Pocono's all happy as we're tied at 13 apiece. We go to quarter number 3. They come out with 5 wide. Kevin Williams, the freshman. Look at the legs on this guy. Awfully shifty for Kevin Williams. Again, just in 9th grade. He's going to get some more touches in weeks 7, 8, 9, 10, and maybe a little bit later. Nick Joya looking around. He's got Matt Williams over in the flat. Look at that. And Williams spin-a-roni and cheese. He's got a first down. Then it's Tamon Brown sweeping over to the right-hand side. He sucks everybody in, breaks a couple of ankles, and end zone. Tamon Brown. Is this West Scranton team that same team? It might be. Musgrave, a little muskrat, as Musgrave gets some good yardage for the North Pocono Trojans. Over to Matt Craig. Right-hand side, gets a little bit of yardage, but Sean Fanning is over there, and Fanning was all over the field all night long. More Tyler Musgrave. Let's pull somebody and give him a little quick trapper up the gut of the field, and North Pocono looking to make an impact. Then Craig on the right side. Wait a minute, we got 3 guys. Fanning, Fagerlin, Matt Williams, a bunch of them over there, and not too shabby for West Side Story. And then Blaine looking for a window, but he's got Jay Kaufman, Isaiah McClough, and it's a picking, a strumming. It's a home guitar course as West Scranton McClough is running away with the ball. They go in the other way. Joya, he's got a little bit of legs, used his arm as well as a stiff arm, and some back blocks there from the line from West Scranton playing to the whistle. And then it's Tamon Brown, sweep over to the left-hand side this time. Got some good blocks from Deshaun Minnick all night long. Joya now finds Matt Williams, the fireball from Joya, the sophomore sensation. Man, that guy's got an arm, and Minnick helping Williams up, and then it's Tamon Brown as we switch over to quarter number 4. Fullback getting a block, And Minnick gets a block, and beauteous job from Tamon Brown and crew from the West Scranton Invaders. Greg Dolan and staff talking to his guys. Listen, here's how we're going to get back. Well, they would, as Blaine looks out in the flat. He's got his guy, Dale Moore. Connection, North Pocono. Moving right along. It's Blaine now to the right-hand side. He's got Walsh. And Walsh, he gets it to the 22-yard line. Enter Tyler Musgrave, the track and field guy, and Musgrave is all muscle like Popeye. Pretty darn smart in the classroom as well. Matt Craig sweeping over to the left. Little stiff arm action. He's got some wheels in his own right as North Pocono is within one score. They would get the ball back. Blaine over this way. He's got his buddy little bobble action, and we are into Invader territory. Then Blaine looking, he's got J.C. Gahan, and Gahan eludes one and gets deep into West Scranton territory. North Pocono's got a opportunity. And Blaine rolling to his right, looking for Walsh. Just missed it on that one. Third down, they would fumble the snap, so it would all come down to one down. Fourth down for the Trojans, trying to see if they can make it happen here at the end of the game. And Blaine to Craig and just missed it by that much, Chief. 27-20, West Side Story victorious. Talk a little bit about this win against North Pocono. You guys seem like you played almost the perfect game.
Well, nobody's perfect, but we played as a team, and that really means a lot, especially the senior leadership that we had. That's huge for us, and we're just looking to carry this on for the rest of the season. You're
coming up with a lot of big tackles, but a lot of those defenders tonight. Talk about guys stepping up defensively.
The D-line, I cannot talk enough about. They really helped me out because I can't make tackles without them. Our DBs stepped up, especially at the end of the game, and I like our defense. That's all I got to say. I like our defense.
A lot of West Scranton pride there at the end, huh?
Yeah, definitely. Well, it's our third year with Coach Fahey, and it's finally clicking, and it means a lot that we have the senior leadership and all the support, especially from the student section. They showed up. They're coming off of like 2-8 season, 3-7 season, and they just stick with us. That means so much.
Sean, talk a little bit about the game night. You played really physical tonight. You're all over the place.
Yeah, North Pocono, they came out, their line up front, they were tough, physical. So throughout the week, we had to match their physicality. I just had to do my job. Tamon did what he had to do, run the ball and create holes, and we just had to score touchdowns to win.
A lot of guys stepped up at different times. Even though Tamon got those 4 touchdowns, there are other guys that had big roles tonight. Talk about some of those roles and what you saw.
Nick Joya, he's only a sophomore. He's a young kid, but he's really starting to grow up and mature. Matt Williams, he's an athlete. He's a freak. He's all over the place. He really stepped up. Austin, he's behind me. He did what he had to do offensive and defensively.
You had a heck of a game. Congrats.
Thank you. I really appreciate it.
Nice job. Austin, let's talk about you. You and some of the other D-backs really stepped up, played some good defense. Talk about your defensive backfield.
Coach Fahey has prepared us all week for this. You know, he's really stressing on us working as a team, you know, knowing the coverages and everything. And we all just really stepped up tonight and had a great group win.
Your skill guys can match up against anybody. I mean, there's just, it can't be, you know, whether it's defensively or offensively, just so many people.
Yeah, I mean, we have a lot of athletes, and we try to use that to our advantage. You know, we had problems with the line in the past years, and they've really stepped up. You got to give them all the credit. And we got a young quarterback who's maturing each game. And, I mean, he throws out there, and our athletes make plays. That's what it comes down to.
Sean, talk about all the guys in the secondary, the receivers. I mean, a lot of skill on this team overall.
Yeah, we have a lot of skill. We try to expand everything. One time me, one time Matt, one time Lippo. We try to get everything expanded. Our defensive backs, too, are amazing. We do well.
The way you guys played tonight looked like you could play with anybody. A couple one-sided scores you guys had this year, but going forward after week 6 here, maybe this team really found themselves tonight.
Yes, I feel like we really did find ourselves. We played well last week, and we played well this week. Hopefully we get to play well next week.
How about some guys you're proud of on this team, other than yourself playing well? Talk about a group of guys that you can just name.
For one, our line played amazing today. Tamon Brown, 4 touchdowns. You can't ask for anything more than that. Lippo, Matt Williams, our coaching staff, everybody played well. Nick Joya, the ball was perfectly placed every time. We all played well.
Brian, it was a team effort. Everybody said, hey, it was just him, Tamon Brown. It was was anything but that. I mean, it was 4 touchdowns from him, but defensive backs were running around. John Fanning was hitting people. Your sophomore quarterback looked like he could really whiffle the ball. Everybody stepped up.
It was a complete, total team effort. Great contribution. Tamon is obviously an explosive back who could, move the chains and make things happen on his own. But there were offensive linemen and receivers blocking downfield, to help Tamon find that daylight that he did. Defensively, same thing. They're a good football team. We bent, didn't break, some timely turnovers, but that's all a credit to me. I really see senior leadership as being a key factor to the way we played in a tight football game tonight. Keeping it together in the huddle, not panicking, staying poised. That's a credit to this senior class and their leadership.
Somebody wasn't here that may say, oh, that was a fluke, West Scranton beat them. But looking at you guys, you look so good all over the place. When you went the 3, the 5 wide all over the field in the second half, you looked unstoppable, and that sophomore quarterback looked like he was almost a junior.
Well, he did. I mean, Nick has a unique confidence for a sophomore. Real credit to Coach Rosser and Coach Prawl with the offensive game plan coming out with the empty pack in the second half. Again, it was a total team coaching staff effort. I kind of just managed the water boys tonight and watched. I mean, I'm so proud of my kids and my assistant coaches.
Biggest win of your career?
Yes, I think so. Because of, the quality team that they are, who they beat. We've played good football teams tough this year, but weren't able to hold on and key football games with Dunmore, Abington. But, our kids found a way tonight.
It's going to be one game at a time going forward. But this has to be the big shot in the arm to say, you know what, this is the team we can be for week 7, 8, 9, and 10, and maybe the postseason. There's a long way to go, but you'll focus on week 7. But if you play the way you are, you can play with any team.
Well, I believe we can. I think our kids are starting to believe that we can. And again, as long as we play unit football, different guys making contributions, we can be a dangerous football team versus anyone. But I'll enjoy this and the kids tonight, but Valley View is going to be a tough football team up there. Saw them against Abington last week. They're an improving football team as well. So that's going to be a battle. I think about nothing else beyond them.
All right, I'm going to spin around here quick, Brian. Congratulations. Brian Fahey with his biggest win here at the West Scranton Invaders. A good one tonight against North Pocono here on the JohnMendolaShow.com.